Hello! Welcome back! Today we are talking about Wonder Woman 1984, the newest entry in the DC Extended Universe. First of all, I was expecting a lot more from this. Honestly, Wonder Woman, the first one, was probably one of my favorite DCEU movies, and I do agree that's not really a position that's hard to get, but still, it was up there. I thought it was a pretty good movie. This is a whole different story. The main plot is really thin. The visual effects are not what we've come to expect from these big AAA releases. And the whole thing is just too long. Every single scene is just that little bit too long in the movie, and it ends up extending that runtime to 2.5 hours. For what? For no reason. Oh my goodness. Look, from a performance side of things, everyone did a good job. I think Chris Pine was funny, although he wasn't doing much. Pedro Pascal was giving it everything. Like, he gave it his all. He was invested 1,000,000% in this thing, and he brought so many more dimensions to how this villain was actually written to be. Look, I don't know what I was expecting from this movie. I think I was probably expecting something that resembled the first one in a lot of respects. You get a few fight scenes, and in between those, you get a couple intermissions where various minorities fight up against the powers that be, the established order. And you know what? I liked that with the first one. I felt that the first one was a superhero movie, but with that much more depth. This one, it didn't feel like that at all. This felt like an episode of a cheap superhero show, or just one of those cringy, old-fashioned movies. I didn't get enough of the 80s vibe. I wasn't impressed with any of the fight scenes. As I said earlier, the visual effects did not blow me away, and the story just wasn't compelling enough. We go so quickly from one guy grants a wish to it's complete chaos in the United States, and I know that in 2020 the United States doesn't need that much to start triggering absolute chaos, but still, I don't know, I was expecting a lot more from this. They kind of just found a crappy excuse to get Chris Pine back too. He didn't really do anything that pushed the story forward. It was just kind of like, hey, we need Chris Pine back because he's fun and everyone likes him. Okay, I think that's about it. I don't want to shit on this too much because if I'm honest, it's not a bad movie, it's not a terrible movie, it's just, it exists, it happened, it's adequate in a lot of respect. You know what I mean? It's an adequate movie, which means that on our beloved spectrum of film quality that goes from absolute bullshit to true greatness, I would put this at flat average. Just the big old middle. Okay, that's it for me. What did you think of Wonder Woman 1984? How is the DCEU holding up? Did this live up to your expectations? Like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all of those kind things, and I'll see you next time.